Real life 40-year-old virgins, what's your story? I lost my virginity at age 40. I had opportunities, but just didn't realize them at the time. Girls would come flirt with me, but I would just freeze and my mind would go blank. I'm very shy and quiet. I sometimes think I'm autistic, but have never been diagnosed or tried to get diagnosed. I always thought something was wrong with me, and I knew I wasn't normal. I also didn't drink a lot or party. I invited a coworker over to watch a movie one night, and she is also very quiet and shy. I'll let her take the lead and let it happen. That was 2 years ago, and we are engaged now. Not 40, but I know one guy who has a micro penis and is physically unable to have sex. Shame too because he's decently good looking and funny, makes out with a lot of girls, is 6'3" etc. Completely normal. Only know he's a virgin due to him admitting JT to me when he was drunk. He's early to mid 30s. Edit, he is a virgin in terms of vaginal intercourses. I assume he's done other shit. This whole comment section makes me think there needs to be a dating site for social awkward people. I would sign up in a heartbeat. I know a 34-year-old who has never even kissed a girl. Crippling social anxiety. Also hung up on a girl from 15 years ago who has never been interested. I saw a pretty tipsy girl come onto him at a bar once, and he almost jumped out of his skin. He was nude having that shit. I've known socially well-adjusted good-looking dudes whose fear of getting rejected is so large that they will refuse to put themselves out there and flirt back, even if the girl initiated. Edit, and I know the girls are interested because they literally say your friend is cute. A coworker is 51, never had girlfriend nor had sex. Nature has been a jerk to him. He's an uglier version of Danny DeVito, with strabism and of the acting abilities. How did you learn this about your coworker? Probably just through normal conversation, like over a game of poker. There is a guy named Buddy who works at a BP down the road from me. He's got to be 40 and one of the nicest guys I've ever met on this planet. Just about all my friends and I will go out of our way for this gas station because we love him so much. One day we got to talking and he told me that he has never had sex, had a girlfriend, or eaten meat in his entire life. Pretty clearly religious reasons, but I didn't ask. Still, the dude radiates positivity and genuinely cares about every single person he meets. Just goes to show that having sex and finding a lover isn't essential to living a wonderful life. Also, his name is Buddy and he calls everyone he knows Buddy, so that's cool. My brother got his first girlfriend aged 38. There is hope for everyone. Hope for everyone. My uncle Skeleton disagree. I know someone who was 33. Lots of reasons. Religious/strict upbringing meant no way to interact with the preferred gender until after high school. Overweight in college, which wasn't actually a problem for men finding her attractive, but it killed her own self-confidence, so she never recognized when men hit on her. Hard investment banking career meant working all hours and getting much fatter, so the cycle kept getting worse. Had lots of guys friends, but never recognized anyone hitting on her. Finally got in shape, got confidence, lost virginity at weight she was in college when she thought she was fat. Ironic. I was deathly afraid of getting pregnant and ruining my life as a teen. Then at college sort of the same, and then dated a religious guy for many years. That ended badly, and it took me a long time to get over it. Then a string of guys who I just wasn't into, and sex isn't something I want, just to get it over with. Then I went back to school and focused on that and my new career, and suddenly I'm 40 and never officially lost it. A friend of mine is 39 and has never lost it. He's super religious, has had girlfriends, but never got married or anything, so he never had sex. Well, that's as far as I know. Maybe he has and is ashamed of it. Maybe he's gay and is in the closet. Maybe he's asexual. I don't know. Normal beer drinking, playing video games, going to bars, and traveled the world sort of a guy. Decent looking but not great. He's maybe a little out of shape, but I wouldn't call it ugly. Thing is, he wants to be married before 6 and also has super weirdly high standards. Like, now that he's his age, he still won't settle for anything less than a Kate Upton Fats Ultra Christian. 35 this August, still a virgin, haven't even been kissed or on a date. I gave up on relationships and have resigned myself to being alone. Same here. I used to really want a romantic and or sexual relationship, but was never confident enough to try as I was utterly reviled by my peers for my entire school days. If I had stumbled across the culture at the time, I would probably have gone full incel/red pill. Eventually I got better at interacting with people, making friends and so on, but I slowly lost my desire to get into that kind of relationship. I'm still only 25, so I probably have plenty of time to change my mind, but right now it just doesn't seem worth the effort. I have a friend in this situation. She has never been kissed, even. She is a little bit heavy, but not obese, and she is okay looking. I think it is just confidence. I'm 41 years old and had sex only once with a prostitute. I think women find me weird because of autism. I'm in my mid-40s, female. I have a congenital condition that isn't really that disabling in terms of what I can do, but has meant I look very different from other women. Really fat from the way it disrupted my metabolism. Developed as a woman until around puberty, and then started developing about half and half male and female features. Also produced scarring and a general "unwell" appearance, greasy skin and hair falling out. Even with excellent grooming, you can imagine how sexually repulsive men have found me. So, here we are. I expect to live the rest of my life alone, of course. At this point, I'm so broken from bullying and isolation that a relationship isn't even imaginable. Perhaps it's a blessing that my condition is associated with a shorter lifespan. I'm 27, and I think I like being alone a bit too much. Interpersonal relationships are hard and draining, and the mere thought of having to share my time and to do a big amount of emotional work with someone freaks me out. I've had people ask me to go on dates/get something to drink/whatever, but even when I genuinely like them, I really don't feel like being around them as much as socially acceptable. IDK. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm 30, fat, otherwise unattractive, poor, and socially awkward. I work for an auto glass company and frequently go entire months without interacting with a woman within 10 years of my age. That is not genetically related to me. I fully accepted that I'm going to die a virgin. Pretty sure I know a 35-year-old virgin. He's creepy. Has the eyes of someone that doesn't see you. He just looks past you in a serial killer kind of way. Also, he only tries to date 18 to 22-year-olds. Combine this with his ultra-conservative religion and Greek family. Add a healthy dose of superiority complex. He asked a buddy to take HLM to the shooting range once. My buddy played it off but then told me, when he wasn't around, that he didn't want to get Chris-Kyled. Not quite 40 yet, 31, but it's trending that way. Confidence is definitely a huge factor. Meeting new people is difficult for me. I've had a few girlfriends but none lasted longer than a month and I didn't feel comfortable making any moves within those short time frames. It's simple. No one I'm attracted to is mutually attracted to me. I work out, I'm involved in sports, and like to travel. I've met tons of interesting people and made lots of friends. Most people my age are now married, and the ones that are single aren't into me. I started to realize you can enjoy a full life without being in a relationship, but I would love to share my travel trips with someone I'm romantically involved in. I was raised in a religious household, so I was taught to wait until marriage. I had many boyfriends, but I didn't sleep with them because of my vow of abstinence. I wore my promise ring until I was married at age 30. I married my best friend and soulmate. He told me he had performance problems, but he had also never had a girlfriend and I naively thought that once we were together and naked, things would work out. Turns out I was wrong. He was completely impotent. I decided that I married him because I loved him and not for sex, so it was fine. We started talking to doctors to see if it could be fixed, but then he suffered a terrible brain injury. Now my husband is a paraplegic with many health problems. Weird thing is, after the brain injury he started getting erections. Normally this would be something to celebrate, but has in so much pain due to the paralysis that I can't exactly get on top of him. So here I am, a woman in her late 30s, a married virgin, taking care of her paraplegic husband, and I don't know what the future holds. Edit. Wow, I'm so touched by all of the kind words. I'm overwhelmed by the reaction, but also a little wary of the attention this comment is getting. I worry that someone I know may recognize my situation and then be made aware of our sexual problems. If it continues to grow, I may delete it, but before I do, I just want to thank everyone for all their kind words and for all the helpful advice. I'm truly touched.